Good morning. Today is Monday, January 8th. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. The National Transportation Safety Board says investigators have found part of the fuselage that blew off a passenger jet on Friday night. It had just taken off from Portland, Oregon. NPR's Dave Mistich tells us the Alaska Airlines jet safely returned to the airport.
NTSB Chair Jennifer Homedy says the plane involved in the incident had a warning light go off on 3 earlier flights that could have indicated pressurization issues. Alaska Airlines then decided to restrict the aircraft from long flights over water. Homedy says investigators also found the cockpit voice recorder, but that no data could be retrieved. It had been overwritten because it was not recovered within 2 hours.
NPR's Dave Mistich reporting. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin remains hospitalized in the Washington, D.C. area for an undisclosed medical condition. But he didn't tell President Biden about this, or Congress, or his deputy for several days. Austin released a statement yesterday saying he could have done a better job keeping people informed. While fighting continues in Gaza, Israel is also looking northward to a possible new front in the war, this time against Hamas allies in Lebanon. NPR's Lauren Freyer reports there's been an increased volley of rockets and airstrikes across the Israel-Lebanon border in recent days.
Israel says Hezbollah rockets hit a sensitive surveillance post in northern Israel and that an anti-tank missile landed in an Israeli border town. That's where Igor Potapov lives and has refused to evacuate.
We need to keep our life. We don't go anywhere. We'll stay here and we will be strong.
Most of his neighbors have fled south and are staying in hotels paid for by the Israeli government. In response to the Hezbollah strikes, the Israeli military says its fighter jets attacked what it called terrorist infrastructures inside Lebanon. The prospect of all-out war on Israel's northern border is something U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has been warning against on a trip to the region. Lauren Freyer, NPR News in northern Israel near the Lebanon border.
Russia fired 59 missiles and drones at Ukraine today. Ukrainian officials say that 4 people were killed. Some of the targets in Ukraine included critical infrastructure and residential areas. Congressional leaders and the White House have made a deal to fund the federal government. NPR's Mara Liasson has more.
President Biden hailed the deal, saying it will help prevent a needless government shutdown. The deal sticks to the overall funding levels agreed to by the president and former Speaker Kevin McCarthy last year. Far-right Republicans didn't like that deal at all, and it cost McCarthy his job. It's not clear whether the new Speaker, Mike Johnson, will fare any better. The Freedom Caucus calls the deal a total failure and is still demanding deeper spending cuts and new immigration restrictions in exchange for their support. Mara Liasson, NPR News.
This is NPR.